Most of us will know that Paul, the apostle, is an unusual kind of guy. In Ephesians chapter 3, he starts the chapter referring to the fact that he's a prisoner of Christ Jesus. He was writing the letter to the Ephesians from prison, and yet he shows an extraordinary grasp of truth that is liberating, and one gets the feeling that this is a man who lives above his circumstances because of who he knows God to be and the gospel that's come to impact his heart so much. When we are in trying times and in difficult circumstances, the truth is the same truth for us as it was for Paul. Now, Paul was different. He received revelation directly from Jesus on the Damascus Road, and at times subsequent to that, he received revelation. He was an apostle. He was someone different. We talk about apostles today, but when we talk about Paul and the 11, we're talking about people of a different order. They received the faith once for all that is to be passed on to all generations. They were different from all other kinds of apostles, apostolic, whether it's missionary or someone who oversees churches. Really, the apostle in the New Testament is someone who is the recipient of a body of truth and a powerful revelation. And the act of receiving that must have been terribly overwhelming for Paul. It's such that at times, he says, he was given a thorn in the flesh in order to keep him from becoming proud because of the extraordinarily great manifestations of power and truth that were given to him. It's easy to become full of yourself, but not Paul. He is a prisoner of Christ Jesus. He knows who he belongs to. And right to the end of his days, he lives for Christ. Christ lived for him, died for him, so that he now can live and die for Christ. And he feels that is the best deal in the universe. And so Paul is able to adopt a humble attitude, despite the fact that he has seen great things. That's a marvellous thing for us to aspire to. Humility. Humility has to do with the soil, humus, the earth. It's to do with being rooted in reality, not flying into imaginations about ourselves, highfalutin ideas. No. We could be prisoners. We are prisoners of Jesus. He's bought us with a price. We belong to him. We are his. And yet, he gives us such great truth. And in Ephesians 3, Paul says the grace, it was grace, it was a stewardship of grace that had given them this insight. And what was this insight that wasn't revealed? It was this, that we are members of the same body, Gentiles and Jews together, that God was no longer working with one nation but with all nations. And therefore, although we have to be humble, although we are his prisoners, we are called to the whole world, to reach the world, to be ambassadors for Christ wherever we are, and to have an impact all around the world we live in.